Greetings! My name is Nightbird and today I'm going to build a habitat in Planet Zoo for the African crested porcupine, which came with the arid animal pack. Its scientific name is Hystrix cristata and belongs to the order of rodents, and within this to the family of Old World porcupines. This is the type species of the Hystrix genus. It is one of the largest rodents in the world, and the largest among porcupines. Although it came with the arid animal pack, it does not specifically live in such habitats, but in bushy and rocky areas, in wild gardens or on the edge of agricultural fields, and it is important for it to find a suitable hiding place. For science, it was described in 1758 in the 10th edition of the Systema Naturae by Swedish Carl Linnaeus, or after his ennoblement Carl von Linné. Its original area of distribution is from northern Africa, except the Sahara region, but it can also be found in certain parts of Central Africa, in the sub-Saharan region from West to East Africa. It is native to a total of 34 African countries. Interestingly, it can be found in almost the entire territory of Italy, and even on the island of Sicily, where it was presumably introduced by the ancient Romans. It is said that it's possible that it also occurs in the Balkan areas. Its name is porcospino or istrice in Italian. Kinf is in the Tigrinya language spoken in the northern part of the Ethiopian highlands, Eritrea and in the Tigray region, and Jart in Amharic language, which is also spoken in Ethiopia. It's called kotoko in the Akan language of Ghana, while it's called xade in the Oromo language spoken in Kenya and Ethiopia. Its body length is between 60 and 93 centimeters. Its tail is between 8 and 17 centimeters in addition, and its weight ranges from 10 to 30 kilograms. Its head is blond, but its nose is pointed. Legs and ears are short, but its hearing is still good, and it can hear a fruit falling from several meters away. It can run and hide skillfully in dense vegetation, but if someone does attack it, it has an arsenal of weapons to fight back with, because almost the entire body is covered with spines surrounding the animal like a cloak. The spikes form a long crest on its head, which is why it got named as crested. These black and white ringed spikes, used for defense, can be up to 35 centimeters from the middle of the back to the tail, and these are densely studded with hooks that bend back, so if they get caught in something, it is difficult to get them out. In fact, with every movement of the victim, they get deeper and deeper into the victim's flesh, but they detach from the porcupine immediately after contact. In addition, according to some sources, the spikes are filled with bacteria, so they can cause a rapidly festering wound. The spikes on the animal's tail are hollow, their vibration produces a rattling sound, thus warning its opponents not to approach, and while vibrating them, the porcupine also seems bigger. I have spikes and I am not afraid to use them. If that doesn't work, it will counterattack its opponent with its rear, where it has the thickest spikes, and try to skewer it with them. There are informations of several cases where these defenses have killed lions, leopards, hyenas, and even humans. Well, after this, for obvious reasons, it doesn't have many enemies. In the past, it was rumored that the animal was able to shoot its spikes, like arrows, towards the attacker, but according to scientists, this is rather just a random scattering of the spikes that come off more easily during the shaking, which means that it cannot shoot with them in a targeted manner. In any case, I still don't want to be its target. To its attackers, the sight of its spikes may look like the ancient Greek phalanx battle line, which became the characteristics of the Spartans. 300 Spartan spears, Aru! The crested porcupine can curl up a bit, but not as much as the hedgehog, to which actually it is not even related, but the mouse and the rat are already relatives. It has 4 toes on its front legs, claws on each. Here the thumb has regressed, but the hind feet have 5 toes. All 4 paws have naked and padded soles. The African crested porcupine is a nocturnal animal. It spends the day in self-dug burrows, and although it does not hibernate, it also rests in these burrows in winter. It is a very good swimmer and can climb trees, though rarely climbs, and it travels up to 15 kilometers per night in search of food. It either lives alone or with a family in a monogamous relationship and takes care of its offspring for a long time. It can also be found in smaller family groups, even in those where there are several adults and juvenile individuals of different ages. Its diet consists mainly of plants, roots, bulbs, fallen fruits and leaves, but it also eats insects, small vertebrates, frogs, lizards and carrion, and often chews bones. It even has an interesting habit, as it was often observed that it collected thousands of bones in its burrow. It chews the bones also because it needs a lot of calcium to make spikes, so it's likely that it's stockpiling spiked raw material. And beside that, since it's a rodent and its teeth are constantly growing, it is likely that it wears them on the bones. So far its reproduction has mainly been observed in captivity. In Africa it reproduces 2 or 3 times a year, but in Europe only once a year, usually in the spring. The gestation period varies. In some places it's written as 66 days on average, in others it's around 100 days, after which 2 or 3 offspring are born, weighing around 1 kilogram. The eyes of the newborns are already open at birth. They are well developed, they have already teeth, their bodies are covered with fine fur, and their spines are not yet hard at this time, but they start to harden shortly after birth. They leave the burrow after a week and are independent at the age of 2 months, while sexual maturity is reached between the ages of 1 and 2 years, and at the same time they also reach full body size. Their lifespan in the wild is on average between 12 and 15 years, but especially in captivity they can reach 20 years. Farmers consider them a pest due to the consumption of cultivated plants, smoke them out, hunt them and poison them illegally. They are also hunted for their meat, which is considered a delicacy in some countries of North and West Africa. But they are also hunted for their spikes, which are used by fishermen and as ornaments and talismans. It is also used in traditional medicine in Morocco. Despite all this, it is a widespread species, so it's in the least concerned category on the red list of the International Union for Conservation of Nature. And as I'm in Hungary, if you visit the country, you can see African crested porcupines in the zoos of Debrecen, Nyíregyháza, Miskolc, Kecskemét, Pécs and Jászberény. When I finished the original habitat, I shared it on Discord, but a kind member thought that the hedge fence did not go so well with the crested porcupine. She recommended the log fence instead, though I modified it. That's when the habitat actually got the name of Lolita Garden. And since I've uploaded the full habitat to the Steam workshop, anyone can use it. You can find a link to my workshop in the description. You can also join my Discord, where we can talk about Planet Zoo and animals, share opinions and images. You can find the invitation also in the description or among the links of my channel. If you liked the video, press the like and share it with others. Share your thoughts about the habitat and the video also. If you have subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. If not, please do so. You can also vote for the order of presented animals list, and you can also watch my Hungarian videos, as many of them have English captions added. Also check out my speed build series on this channel and my Steam workshop if you're interested in using blueprints. I have also been visiting real zoos in Hungary, and I've been sharing videos for the last year, and I will continue to do so in the future. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day.